You get any grant when they come for FIFA that is designated for
whether small or
ex-internationals?
big.
Me, playing football was passion. I was playing because of the passion, not the money.
He is just not good enough for the job. The job is bigger than him.
This man signed Mikel Merino and was forcing Thomas Partey to go play right back.
For Rosenior, he has his own issues as a manager that he's not too sure of what he's doing.
Well, you've got too many people who have been involved in the business that are not honest. And they've really fallen the hands of some of the white guys.
Probably the club don't know what they're doing. They are lost, they're bereft of ideas. The team itself, the club itself is in disarray.
I remember Finidi gave me a lot of crosses and he wasn't clubless. And the least S2 is not clubless. The least you could do is take them along.
Yeah.
And you just strip them off.
But if nobody celebrates you, you did it for yourself. Your name is etched in history.
When celebrating, it's what do you give a man when he's alive?
There is no dignity in labor in this country.
Welcome to the Home Talk Podcast, brought to you by Bet Niger, your home of Bet Boom. If it is exciting conversation about football, say na here it dey. Now wetin Bet Niger dey about? I no go waste time, make I introduce the usual suspects. Ladies first, as per gentlemen, when we be. This lady sabi ball. She dey discuss ball. If she dey talk am, just hold your pillow because it's they bring so much joy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Toyo, baby!
Good morning.
Toyo, this your somber mood. Is it Madrid? Sorry,
What can I do? It is well.
Madrid don't they turn to we go again next season. 2 consecutive seasons.
We go again next season.
We go again next season.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who always goes again next season. From quadruple to treble to double. Now they are in trouble. The one and the only man who mesmerizes on the microphone. Ronaldinho, when it comes to sports commentary for Pidgin, the best in the whole world. And when it comes to punditry, we call him the prof. Sawadinho!
Why are you excited?
One more bottle for you.
Why are you excited? Arsenal will win the Premier League and the Champions League.
Look at the camera and say it.
Arsenal will win the Premier League and the Champions League. Why are you excited?
So we should quote you anywhere.
Yes, of course. Arsenal will win the Premier League and the Champions League.
All right, no problem. Just hold it. We'll be here to remind
double
you.
is still alive.
I'll always be reminded.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a millennial, I am very sure that you'd have heard the term Agali. If you link this one to Yoruba language, now person went tall, and then they call Agali. But the origin of that name, not be just person who tall, now person who tall and who they deliver. This man, a prolific striker that wore the colors of the Nigerian national team with pride. Any ball when they up, even if na mosquito. If he head connect with them with the entire inside net, ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only mercurial striker, the one and the only Victor Agali! Yeah, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you.
Yeah,
and what we always do is appreciate people who gave their best for our great country. So let us use this opportunity to say that we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your service to our great nation. And may God Almighty bless you.
Amen.
It's an honor.
Thank you very much.
Even though we were ungrateful.
Wait now. No, which one? We were grateful. Some people were ungrateful. Oh yeah, but we'll go this break. Once we go this break, come back, we'll continue the conversation on top of the Home Talk Podcast brought to you by Bet Niger, your home of Bet Boom.
Bet Builder, Bet Freeze, One-Up, Bet Boom. Just another reason why Bet Niger is truly number one.
Welcome back to the Home Talk Podcast brought to you by Bet Niger, your home of Bet Boom. Let's go straight into the major talking points in the first segment. And who better to ask than the man who loves Arsenal with a passion? He bleeds London forever. Sawa.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
And titles. Can we use them in one sentence? Is Arsenal scared of winning? That's the question. Is Arsenal scared of winning? Trophies, titles.
I'm going to just ask you to be patient so that I'll do a holistic summary and analysis of what has happened. At the beginning of the season, I told you something. I said Arsenal's recruitment is good enough to win every title, but that the only stumbling block Arsenal has is Mikel Arteta. I have been saying this for like 5 years now. From the moment Arteta handled, the way Arteta handled the Mesut Ozil situation, I was on a call with Calvin Onwoka, Dede Calvin. Shout out to you. I told him then, like 5 years ago, an interview, we're like 4 on that call. I said, Arteta will not succeed at Arsenal. 5 years ago. He is selfish, he is stubborn, and he is foolish. Pardon my language. The reason why I say he is foolish is because the scripture says it is only a fool that thinks he is always correct. Let me bring you down to this season. Let's start from the beginning of the season. Arsenal signed Eberichi Eze to address Arsenal's creativity problems. Mikel Arteta was playing a midfield combination of Rice, Zubimendi, and Merino, all of them defensive midfielders. Against Liverpool, Eze, Odegaard, Ethan Nwaneri, all creative midfielders were on the bench. Zubimendi, Rice, Merino started. Zero creativity, zero urgency. You don't even create. If now people like bros that time, you'll be frustrated. Who will give him pass? Who will cross for them to not? He played that thing. Fans were complaining. Press were asking him because he tried. He was just doing trial and error. Gambled it in one Champions League game and we won because we won all the games in the group stages. He said, but it was the same midfield that worked. It was when it got to that point that he knew that it was a terrible combination. He started tweaking. Arsenal, if Arteta really loved Thomas Partey, if he really wanted him, he would have convinced him to stay one more season. But because he has always wanted Thomas Partey out of the team, he has always wanted it. I can say that for a fact. Because this man signed Sambi Lokonga and was benching Thomas Partey. This man signed Mikel Merino and was forcing Thomas Partey to go play right back just so that he will accommodate Mikel Merino in midfield. So when the opportunity came for Thomas Partey to leave so that he will get a very big downgrade in Christian Nogard. I don't think Nogard is bad, but the man is making you feel like he is a bad player. So that is what we label him. He is bad. If you cannot feel Thomas Partey's shoes, then you are bad. He signed a downgrade in Nogard, and he's not playing the Nogard. Nogard has not played up to 100 minutes of Premier League football since he signed him till today. He has not played up to 100 minutes. Zubimendi will be having a terrible day, but Nogard will not play. Miles Lewis-Kelly looked like he was the next big thing that was coming from the academy. The man is frustrating him now this season. He has lost his England place. Ethan Nwaneri gave us moments last season, scored the 5th goal against Manchester City. The man was still benching him every other game. That is why we don't have Ethan Nwaneri right now. He's in Marseille. And people will tell me it's for his development. No, it's not for his development. If Lamine Yamal had played under Mikel Arteta, he would not play him. If Lionel Messi had played under Mikel Arteta, he will not play him. I am telling you the gospel truth. As long as he is stuck.
But Lamine Yamal and Lionel Messi not be Ethan Nwaneri.
What is the difference?
Ethan Nwaneri is
Now,
good,
wait,
but is he not overreaching?
Listen, what is the difference between Lamine Yamal and Max Dorman? Is the moment you play them. It's the amount of games you played Lamine Yamal in.
Max who?
Max Dorman. Listen now, listen. You know why you're saying this thing? You are only as good as the coach makes you seem.
Okay.
It was the same you people, Manchester United fans. Listen, I am coming to you. I want to give you that you are as good as the coach makes you seem.
All right, okay.
Manchester United fans, if you recall, when they were being questioned about not playing Kobe Mainoo, so Manchester United fans said he's not good enough. When Ruben Amorim and this guy was benching Kobe Mainoo, Manchester United fans were saying he's not giving enough. That's why the coach is benching him. The same Kobe Mainoo now that Carrick is playing and he's saving them. The game against Leeds United, where Manchester United lost, the midfield was porous because Kobe Mainoo did not play.
Fair.
You played Ugarte.
Fair.
You are only as good as the coach portrays you.
All right,
So if the coach continues to play you, you grow in confidence and you deliver.
All right.
But Arteta will not play certain players because he doesn't like them. He is biased. I think he's a racist. I think he is a racist. Yes, I think he's a racist. I am saying it. I think he's a racist.
Okay, sorry.
I don't care whatever he says.
Okay.
He is the person that have destroyed Arsenal's season. He's the reason why Arsenal is here. If you sack Arteta today, Arsenal will win the league and the Champions League.
Okay.
If you sack him today,
interesting.
Arsenal will win the league and the Champions League. I am just giving myself false hope. I told you right from time that if we lose the Carabao Cup, I said it. There's a video to that effect.
You said it.
I said if we lose the Carabao Cup, our season has ended because it has been a pattern. The first time I cried for Arsenal was 26 years ago.
You cried?
Yes, the first time I cried for Arsenal was 26 years ago. Arsenal Gala UEFA Cup final.
Chai.
26 years ago. So I have seen these patterns happen over and over.
All right.
So if, forget it.
But you wait on they cry 26 years ago. And you go still cry by the special grace of God.
Is that a prayer?
Why now?
No,
Don't
but
mind,
he
don't
said
mind,
it that
leave
if they
this
lose
man.
the Carabao Cup, he said it.
Yeah.
That if they lose the Carabao Cup, and the signs are ominous. It's there.
But one thing-
That Carabao Cup, they affect them. So, Legend, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think will be going on in the heads of Arsenal players now? You have 5 games till the end of the season.
Yeah.
They still have 2 legs against Aston Villa in the 2 legs against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. They have lost the Carabao Cup final. They are no longer favorites to win the Champions League because some other teams are looking like, okay, if he's set. And then in the league now, they are seriously looking at that madman, Pep Guardiola.
Yes.
What do you think the coach would be telling his players right now with the games left to play?
Wow. For me, personally, I think Arsenal, they are in difficult situation for now. But you have plenty of young players. I mean, coming second in the league is great.
3 times in a row now.
No, I'm just
This
saying,
year will be fought by the
I'm
grace
just
of
saying,
God.
coming second in the league, you're still playing the Champions League next season.
Okay.
So at least you've achieved that one. And now you just have to be courageous to go for the title. Because looking at Man City, their football is way ahead of you. Yeah, they are more creative. They play more beautiful football than Arsenal. Arsenal is more physical, and will only take you somewhere. It could work for Arsenal at the end of the season. It could work, yeah, but they need that confidence and they need that trust to go through the next games, and I see it possible. Yeah.
So confidence and trust.
Yeah.
The coach has been speaking so much about fire. He wants to see fire.
Yeah.
But like say Guardiola and I get the fire extinguisher. Let me ask you, Toyo baby, about the fine boy coach of Chelsea.
Yeah.
Guardiola the only thing win government be that.
The tech bro.
The tech bro. Liam Rosenior.
Yeah.
Has he done enough to have his frame 6x12 displayed in Chelsea's Hall of Shame? Or does he need more time?
Hall of Shame? No, I don't think so. Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Remind me the aggregate scoreline against PSG in the Champions League. Chelsea Football Club.
8-2.
How many games have Chelsea won in the last 4?
Barcelona also won 8-2 in one game.
No, wait now. How many goals have Chelsea scored in the last 4 games?
I don't think they've scored any.
And you think that manager that succeeded Maresca should not have his frame 6x42 in the Hall of Shame of Chelsea Football Club?
Not really.
Okay, no problem. Let me allow you.
But with Rosenior, I think that he's just not good enough for the job.
He's not good enough?
Yeah, the job is bigger than him. And of course, you would expect that all of these things will happen. When he first came, I think he went on 5 games, was doing so well. And they were really happy. They felt, oh, we found the man who will replace Enzo Maresca. And then the game started coming in thick and fast. Also, issues with players. You remember Cucurella said something about during the World Cup break or the international break, talking about how they were surprised that Enzo Maresca had to leave. Someone who won the Conference League and the Club World Cup. He said if he was in the position to make decisions like this, he would not let Maresca go. These are players. You would know that players are having these kind of conversations outside of the pitch. They're having this conversation in their midst when they're in the dress. Yeah, they're having these conversations that, probably the club don't know what they're doing. They are lost. They're bereft of ideas. And you have a Liam, when it comes to pedigree, clout, aura, he doesn't have it yet. He's just coming from Strasbourg. So what kind of power does he have in the dressing room to be able to talk to players like this? Remember in the press conference, he said he felt that Cucurella should have come to him first to talk about this. But they cannot come to you first to talk about it because they don't really know you. And to an extent, they might not even really respect you. They don't just have a choice than to play for you or play under you. They don't respect you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. The league, or rather the team itself, the club itself is in disarray. They're having issues. They've been fined. They also have 1 season ban for transfer bans and all that. You can see that Chelsea right now are not in a good place. So for Rosenior, he has his own issues as a manager that is not too sure of what he's doing, or probably the job is bigger than him. But at the same time, it's a general thing. It's a club thing. If the club can move in the right direction and set a structure, the club needs to set a structure that can work. They are all over the place at the moment. Trial and error all of these things, but there's no structure. So you can barely really put all the blame on Rosenior. They will continue to lose games. They'll win the one that they can. But is Rosenior the reason why they are not doing so well? I don't really think so.
All right. So, Legend, I would ask you this question, and I want two answers.
Yes.
I want the answers from two perspectives.
Okay.
First perspective, the perspective of a football player, and the second perspective from that of a coach. Now, you're a Chelsea player. You won the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, at the start of the season, people looked at Chelsea and said, the team looks like they can contend for something. But right now, things are falling apart. You have a manager who players feel not really, they respect him like that. I want to ask you, as a player, is there a way you think players can manage that respect for the coach and look at him from a different way? Abi, there's no way out.
No, it's a two-way thing. One, it's if the results are going well and if you are being favored to play games. Another thing is if the results are not going well or you are always being benched. So your reaction might be biased, like I was playing and now he's here, I am no longer playing and the team is not winning. So I can say whatever I want to say outside. I don't give a damn. Excuse me for that. And the other way around as well, if the team is not winning. So, and if you are playing and the team is winning, it's normal that you go behind the coach, you try to be more diplomatic because you have to consider your teammates as well. You don't want to fall out with your teammates by making comments. So you just, it's a difficult situation. That's why clubs are always careful to change coaches in the middle of the season. It's always dangerous. Yeah, because it's coming. He doesn't know how to massage the egos. We all have our egos, and you have say manager. That's why you're called a manager, not a coach. You have to massage our egos. We all want to show who we are, and we want to be talked to. If I want to be benched, I want to be pleased and tapped. Don't worry, I want you to rest and all this. And if you bench me and you don't come to me and tap me on the shoulder, don't worry. Next game you will do it for me. I'll feel like, wow. This man will just bench me and not talk to me.
So that's why I said I want it from two perspectives. We know that there are some managers, given their pedigree and what they have achieved, most likely the only reason why they would want to speak to you is out of respect. They don't see the need. I don't think a Guardiola would maybe want to go and part certain players. Maybe if na Bernardo Silva, if he just looks okay, this is the person I respect. But to go and say, I get your point. Liam Rosenior would have to beg virtually everybody in Chelsea, including even Garnacho, and ask for forgiveness if he's not playing. So as a manager right now, how do you think this young manager who doesn't have the pedigree, when we compare him to other managers, can manage the dressing room and stop, whatever dissecting voice that he hears every time he goes outside?
Now, when you from the manager's side, it depends on the big player you have in the team coming into the team. If you have reasonable number of big players, when I talk of big players, like when
Enzo Fernandez,
yes, and
Rick
James, those players who have really stayed in the club, and if you have a reasonable number of them, and you still have them in your plan, then they will be your breakthrough into reaching out to the players. Yes, because if you have to take out one player, you can take him along with maybe Fernandez, and you people have a chat, and so it's all about controlling emotions of players, because it's all about emotions. So you have to, some older players, they know how a younger player reacts, and you're coming fresh as a manager. You don't know how he feels. So, and he's been playing and you want to take him out. Yes, so you have to, how does he react?
Omodaman will explain tire. Because even Fernandez said, where he been give suspension,
now.
He will explain. Sawa, one question before I proceed. Do you see Liam Rosenior in Chelsea next season?
No, I don't. I sincerely don't. But then the management of Chelsea, they've admitted to just being experimental.
Yeah.
Chai.
So
Chelsea.
they've admitted
I think
it.
he has a 6-year deal.
Yeah, so
Hey!
they've admitted
Yeah.
to being experimental. So if it is based on the result, well, if he wins the FA Cup, that could, yeah.
Well, there's still hope. But that's true.
Yeah, if he wins the
I
FA Cup.
forgot that Chelsea are still in the FA
When
Cup.
one win FA Cup?
Yeah,
I didn't want to win
with
these same players.
Leeds United,
Yeah,
right?
Leeds, yeah.
If he wins the FA Cup, you could just be like, Chelsea could be like, okay, you know what, he won a trophy. That's it. Let's give him another season and all
Yeah.
that. If you, I don't think he was matured enough for the job.
Yeah.
But if we go by his first 6 games, I mean,
They were promising.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were promising, sincerely. But if you listen to what the player said, just like Toyo said, I mean, it means that, okay, they were not happy with the departure of Maresca.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Enzo Fernandez literally said that they were having an identity. They were beginning to have an identity under Maresca. You understand? Meaning they were disappointed with that, decision.
Yeah.
So it depends on how the board thinks of him.
All right.
If it is the Chelsea of old, we know he might not even see the
Yeah.
end of this season.
Yes, now they go down sack him
Might not see
since
the end
now.
of the
After that 8, they go down sack him.
Exactly.
Final question on Chelsea.
Mm.
Do you think that the criticism of Alejandro Garnacho by Chelsea fans is justified? Or they are just looking for a scapegoat?
Who was Garnacho before he joined you?
He scored bicycle kick for Man U.
And the circumstances under which he joined you, right? You have to consider all of these factors.
Mm.
Garnacho was a promising talent,
Mhm.
right?
You paid 40
But-
million for him.
But the circumstances under which he left Manchester United, even though I'm a big fan of people speaking up, I think it was maybe a little bit disrespectful,
Yeah.
right? Coming to say the team was trash all season, they couldn't win games and all of that, blah, 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 blah.
And wasn't
Maybe because he
played.
was frustrated that he wasn't played, he came
Mm.
from the bench in the Europa League
Yeah,
final or
yeah.
something like that. So it was a little bit disrespectful. Like I said, I repeat, I'm a fan of people speaking up because I don't like this whole. I think the press is bullish. The society is bullish. They bully you and they want to teach you how to talk,
Or react.
how to express yourself, or how to react to their bullishness or whatever it's called, right? So, but when you also have the time to express yourself and talk, I think there should also be some form of moderation.
Mm.
I know I'm guilty as well. You understand? So, but that is by the way. The Chelsea fans, will any Chelsea fan come out here and tell me honestly that he expected signs and wonders from Garnacho? No, I don't think any Chelsea
Abi?
fan will come out here now and tell me
Yeah.
that he expected signs and wonders from Garnacho.
Maybe science.
Or to build the team around him.
Maybe science.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was more or less another squad member
Yeah.
Chai.
that would probably bring maybe 1 or 2 dimensions to the game.
Mhm.
But not you really expecting him to be that player to carry the team. It's different when you're signing Garnacho. It's different when you're signing a Declan Rice. You
Mm.
understand? Because you know that this one will carry the team.
Levels day.
You understand?
Mm.
So no Chelsea player expected Garnacho to be that. So he is just being himself. And forgive me, when a team is poor, it is difficult sometimes for some players to actually,
Yeah.
do anything, to
I
thrive.
agree.
That same Garnacho now might go to an Aston Villa and he becomes a very integral member of the squad. Depends on the squad management, the coach, the playing pattern, the style, the environment also, how they settle in. So many factors determine. But take nothing away from Garnacho. I still think he's a promising talent.
And if you see the reaction after that Manchester United goal, Cucurella, Enzo Fernandez, I think that
They're all down. The dressing room is down.
They don't care.
What do you expect?
They don't care.
Chelsea.
They've accepted their fate that the
They don't
season is
care.
over.
For me, I even like the fact that they are losing because their fan base is so shameless that they wanted them
Yeah.
to lose. They wanted them to lose against Manchester City. They said
sorry.
they would rather they lose. And they have lost and they should keep losing. Why are you
all right,
complaining?
it's okay.
And they are not. And trust me, that narrative of they are fighting for top 4, they are not. Because if they are fighting
And
for
it's
top
even
4,
top 5
They won't,
safe.
they're out.
they won't,
Top
they
5.
won't be losing
They're
games
out.
this
They won't
way.
even finish top 6. They won't finish that Europa
They are
place.
level-
No, but games still
No,
now.
wait.
They are
They're
eight. See, they're level on
they're
points.
sixth. They're level on points with Brentford.
And
Sixth
these guys.
and Brentford.
Brentford and one other team. They are
No,
level on
just
points.
2 of them.
No,
But
48. I didn't think it was on 48.
Brighton.
Was it? No,
Was it
no,
Brighton?
no, it's not Brighton. What was the team that played?
Is it Bournemouth?
Bournemouth.
Well,
But I know that from
it's fine.
6 to 12, it's just 3 points difference.
Exactly.
So it's possible that Chelsea will probably finish 8th or
Yeah.
10th.
I think with 5 games to go, Chelsea will.
Will finish top 5. I don't think so.
Top 5.
Chelsea will.
Except if
No, top- it's not top five.
Top 5 is gone.
Top 5 is hard.
Top 5 is settled.
Except
That
Aston-
win of Man U over Chelsea
Yeah.
has cemented top
if
5.
Aston Villa win the
Because
Europa
Man U will
League,
still play Liverpool.
No, it doesn't really matter.
And if you take 3 points away from
Man U.
Liverpool
is 52.
You can't say from Man U.
No, you can't take 3 points from Man U now. If it
Liverpool
wasn't
is
for
52.
Ruben Amorim, Man U would have won the league this season. All those draw. Yes, now.
it
All
does
those
start,
draw. Where Man
it
U
does
they play.
start.
No problem. Let's move on.
Okay.
So let
Man
me
U will
ask.
not even be in contention for the league next season.
And you people are going to finish fourth for the fourth second for the fourth
We are
consecutive
winning
season.
the league.
Story. Straightforward question.
Quadruple second.
Yes.
Which team, in your opinion, do you think is currently the best football team in Europe?
Bayern Munich and PSG.
Yeah, I was going to say
Bayern
both.
Munich and PSG.
Yeah.
PSG lose
But-
weekend now.
But I won't say PSG. The reason why I won't say PSG.
They have the league under wraps.
Bayern don't already win league. Bayern has
Exactly.
wrapped it already.
Yes.
This one have it under wraps. This one have wrapped it up.
Yes.
And they can rest.
I'll say Bayern outrightly. Bayern. The reason why I won't put PSG as the
PSG will
second
knock
is
out
because PSG didn't start the season well. PSG know how to
End
go
the
into
season.
go into the second gear in the second half of the season. But Bayern has been consistent from the start of the season.
Madrid would have knocked out Bayern Munich in that game if not for that red card to Kamavinga.
Eh?
I am telling you.
Madrid that
lost.
lost at the Bernabeu.
It doesn't matter.
It
The
doesn't
fact
matter.
that
We're
they
talking
cancelled it. They cancelled it.
No, but
present game
wait,
now.
cancel
We're
it
talking
in 2
present
minutes.
game.
Wait, calm down. You
Yes.
cancel you see.
Yes.
You considered 2 goals at the Bernabeu.
Yeah,
And they
and he
scored
scored
one.
You scored 1.
They scored 2.
You went one now.
Yeah,
scored
one.
one.
They
They
scored
scored
2 in Bayern.
You scored 2. They scored 3. You they scored and they
now.
scored.
No,
you
listen,
they
Madrid
scored
was
and they
leading
scored.
3-2 before the red card.
Wait.
What was the scoreline?
Wait. Before the red card, it was 3-2.
Yes.
Wait. Without the red card at the Bernabeu, it was 2-0.
2-1.
2-1 now.
2-0. No,
It
wait.
was
No, wait
2-1.
now. It was 2-0 before Madrid scored 1 now. That's what we are saying.
So,
But you
we ended it with one.
no. Wait.
No, see.
Sawa,
Yes,
understand
Hey,
this.
where are you going with this?
Bayern scored 2 goals at
Yes,
the Bernabeu
yes.
before Madrid responded.
Yes.
Now wait. At the Allianz Arena, Madrid got a goal.
Yeah.
Bayern equalized.
Yeah.
Yes, Madrid got again.
Madrid got again.
Bayern
Bayern
equalized.
equalized.
Madrid got again.
Madrid got. So it declare say as Madrid they score, then they score. Madrid never got a
Madrid
2-goal
would have
lead.
made it 4-2 if not
Could
for
have.
that Manuel Neuer fantastic
Could
save
have.
from
Could have.
Kylian Mbappe.
That's could have.
No, if not for that,
That's could have.
PSG will knock out Madrid. I mean,
Bayern.
Bayern.
No problem. We'll watch and see. Legend, you also say it's Bayern, Abi?
Yeah, Bayern.
No problem.
Yeah.
Let's come to some personal questions now and ask you. You know,
Go ahead, please.
I would like for you to, so that everybody go here now.
Go ahead,
Millennials,
please.
Gen Z. You know, say that time now complete sports now we they buy. We'll come they cut them, they read them. Here you can hear from the horse's mouth now. So please pay attention. Gen Z, go and type Victor Agali on Google. May you know say na legend na day here. In 1997, Olympic Marseille na big name. Oh, that year, Marseille is still big now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that year, Marseille na very big name.
Yeah, they are
Na
just won the Champions
Na
League 4
prayer
years ago.
point. Na prayer point for people say if I play in
Olympic
Marseille. Now, as a young man from Okpanam, inside Okpanam,
Yes.
inside the interior of Okpanam,
in Cross River State.
when una dey tie una boot, this kind club when we say that they look am as big club for Europe, come calling for that 1997.
Yes.
What? Just tell us what the experience
Relive
was
it
like.
for us.
Relive that experience for us.
Wow. You know, me playing football was passion. I was playing because of the passion, not the money or, you know. So I actually played in Nitel before
Yeah,
moving. Yeah. And I was with the under-20 national team at the Bembos Games Village with Paul Hamilton.
okay.
Yes, in Ibadan. So I was already a national player.
Yeah.
So, you know, the scouts came and we were playing this Oba Cup.
Okay.
Yes, it was Nitel against Berger. Yeah, so they didn't actually come for me.
Yeah,
They
okay.
came for a player on the Berger side because they were dealing more of players from the
Berger.
Berger side because they were
They were a bigger side.
they were a bigger side and they were
Yeah.
in the first league. We were in the second league.
Second division.
So not be even you they come for.
No, not me then.
Wow, see grace.
Yeah. So immediately, you know, the game started out. God so kind. I was informed. So I was scoring goals before that match. So I lived up to expectation. And the white guy from Germany came to me and said, "Oh, would you love to play? Would you love to play in France?" I looked at him like, "Nah, joke be this one." You know. So the man walked away and sent his scouts to me. And the scouts came to me and said, "Okay, you have to go to France." I said, "Okay, see, I don't trust you now. No be juju now. Won't go take me do. And I don't see players so full everywhere. And I mean, I won't come carry go France. You know, but I had a teammate, you know, Chukwu Ogwalu, he said, guys, see, let's go. I said, okay. And then we went to the office, we saw everything, and then we applied for visa. Then it was easy to get visa. You know, we applied and got a visa. And actually, when I got there, it was what I saw was amazing. You know, never played on that kind of turf before.
Yeah.
The dressing room was so clean,
Yeah.
the atmosphere and everything. And I just said to myself, see, I die here.
I swear. I
See,
swear.
I
I'm not
die
going
here.
back.
I swear.
Yeah, see, guy, I die here. Then go beg me with contract.
I swear down.
Yes. So they said, okay, he's young. We'll take him to a third league team.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what he can do with the third league team. And then the third league team was to play a friendly game against a first league team, Can. They were in the first league. So that was supposed to be my trial match. So after playing the match, I scored, I gave an assist. Marcel said, no, we are not giving him to third league again. Come to our youth team. We'll watch you from our youth team and then we'll bring you up from our youth team. So, I would say there was grace because it's all great.
Yeah.
But took a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Took a lot of hard work.
So, Legend, why is it that in this age and time, such moves, we don't see such moves from our national team players or from Nigerians generally? By such moves, I mean these clubs that we say they are big clubs, clubs that have won the Champions League 2 seasons, 3 seasons before, or contending for titles. Why don't we see such moves in this day and age? The small ones who they see, the way they celebrate
from the league to top team in
from
Europe.
Okpanam.
I think like
to go from Okpanam. Yes, to go from Okpanam to Marseille in
from
France.
Nitel to Marseille.
Why are we not seeing such moves?
I think the problem has to do with our league.
Yeah.
Yes, and also you've got too many people who have been involved in the business that are not honest, and they've really fallen the hands of some of the white guys. They've been betrayed. And now they are looking at Senegal, looking at Mali, looking at Morocco, other countries
where they have honest agents,
and honest dealers. And if you look at our football, 96, 97, 98, reasonable fans on the field of play. You could see 30,000, you could see 20,000 on the field on a game day. But now you hardly see 1,000.
Wait, in Nigeria?
Yes.
League.
30,000?
Yes, now. League.
Come watch league match?
Yes, now.
For this country?
Yes, now.
You, when stores is playing...
Stationary stores.
Yeah. So when Rangers still keep the crowd going now. So, people lost interest in our league. So as the players too. And then you have too many people who wants to be agents. Too many people get involved in the business. And, take money from people. I'll take you here. And you just take a trader to a club. And the club will look at you. This is your best that you're giving me. So, when I speak to a lot of agents outside the country and they said they need a trusted person, I said, why? What do you mean by a trusted person? I don't say that to a white person when I say I don't say I need a trusted person when I'm talking up. I need someone from Europe. I just say I need somebody. But why, when you're talking, when you're saying you need someone from Africa, why from Nigeria? Why are you saying you need a trusted person? So because we have incidents, and when they explain the incidents, they are horrible. So
exactly,
all these things deter, and I feel sorry for the young ones, the most talented ones now. And now if most people want to bring agents to Nigeria, they cannot foot the whole bills. Those days when agents are coming, they buy their tickets, they pay their hotel. But now when they are coming, we have to buy their ticket.
Treat them like VIP.
VIP, we give them, we would know. So I looked at it, they lost faith in, okay, so if you want me to come foot my bill, but if I know I'm coming, I won't be disappointed because I know I'm going to see a talent and I'm coming for business. Yes, I will buy my ticket.
Of course.
Yes, but when I don't trust where I'm coming to, I might not even see anything. Then, we are footing the bills here and they are coming too. And all these things have really affected the movement of our players to top clubs. So we go to lower countries and start from there first. And,
So it's so sad to hear that, at some point you would have 30,000 people come out to watch, this is our league.
This are
But now, they even people
Kano
just
Pillars still commands crowd.
Kano Pillars. Yeah.
now, as somebody who also runs an academy,
Yeah.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Do you still see that talent?
Yeah.
Do we still have that raw talent? By raw talent, I mean the JJ Okocha kind of raw. Finish the George raw. Canon one core raw. The raw where we say, it be like saying, I follow come. Then born this person, born them to come play ball. Do you still see such talents?
Yes, they are.
And then these people,
But the problem is the environment now has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. I would say this phone was. If I had had this phone, maybe I wouldn't have gotten to where I was.
Okay.
Yeah, this phone is also a challenge to these young ones nowadays.
the distraction.
The distraction. They have their colleagues. They have their city friends.
Their pairs.
Their pairs that they pair, and one is talented, the other one is into
Stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
So you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. It drags him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try.
I had a good player that I took to Abu Dhabi, and he's 17. And they said, "Oh, okay, we cannot sign him now because he's 17.
Yeah.
You take him back when he's 18.
Bring him back.
You bring him. We'll call you on him." Immediately he got back. He hooked up with his friends who are into,
Stuff.
Yahoo,
computer,
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
Hey.
And he just left the camp. And I called him, "Boy, where are you? Where are you?" The next thing he showed up with a car. I said, "How did you get, So how do you control this?
Yeah.
It's poverty.
Yeah.
And patience. They're not patient.
They're not patient. Yeah, very true.
They're not patient.
But I know poverty, I know patience. But what about the identity also?
What identity?
By identity, I mean we're a football-loving nation.
Yes.
If people like yourself, Rashidi Yekini, JJ Okocha, Finidi George, are celebrated in Nigeria,
Yeah.
the 17-year-old, 18-year-old who wants to aspire to become a football star
Yeah.
would not be easily distracted.
Sorry, are fraudsters celebrated in Nigeria or not?
They are.
Yes, now.
What are you talking about?
So that's what I'm saying now. If what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if you celebrate the right people,
Who do you celebrate more in this country?
we are saying the same thing now.
that's what I'm saying.
HM.
No, we are saying the same thing.
HM, before
we
these
celebrate
guys...
fraudsters more in
Yeah.
this
We are
country.
saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you celebrate these people,
Yeah.
these people also have the power of choice. Chances are the person go look say, if Oga Victor Agali fit go on to become legend,
Yeah.
JJ Okocha fit go on to become legend, I go follow this particular.
I
That is
understand
where
what
the
you are saying.
patience-
That's
that
where
is
the
where the
patience
patience
comes in.
comes
The
in.
patience and perseverance.
And perseverance.
Because,
And hard
because
work.
you face challenges.
No,
Yes.
but wait now. The patience will come in after this person knows that he will be celebrated.
No,
wait.
no.
Listen.
No. Yeah.
You want the young man to be patient now.
Yeah.
But he cannot see anybody you have celebrated. That's what I'm saying. So if you make it some sort of part of your culture to celebrate people who wear the colors of the country and represent this country, now that time he go look, say, okay, my patience will pay off. Now you're asking him to be patient, but there's nothing. Look at what happened to Peter Rufai, legend of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, died. The family was running around to raise
now
funds.
do we celebrate?
Now when
You're
they talk now, no, I'm not tweaking. No, what I said.
Do you celebrate
No,
someone that has not achieved
what I said.
anything?
Okay, wait. Sawa,
You are beginning to make it
wait.
clearer.
Even
Yes.
with fraudsters that are celebrated
Yes.
or political jobbers that steal from us,
Yes.
some people still have the choice to say, I don't want to do what this person is doing.
Exactly.
What we are saying is, if you also celebrate these people, that person go know saying patience too,
that
go pay off.
That is why I'm telling you. See, let me tell you the truth. A lot of Nigerians, especially of this generation, don't even want to work, but they want to be paid.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
This generation. I mean, they even post it online now, like memes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I just want to sit down and I don't want to go to work. I want to be paid. I have worked with some very lazy individuals. Very lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to do the job. They just want to chase clout and be paid. And just be around environments to be paid. A lot of Nigerians, even in this generation, nobody wants to put in the work. Why do you think Yahoo is selling?
Yes.
Why do you think it is selling? Because they say, I know some people will come here and tell you, oh, but that one also requires a lot of brain work and all of that. But, I mean, they just one thing, deceive somebody, and the person gives in, and then the next day, just like he said, a 17-year-old shows up with the Benz.
You know, go on Playboy again now.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
It
besides,
won't
why
play.
are you playing the football to be celebrated. That the goal is for you to be. I'm not saying yes, you don't want to win trophies and all that, but if nobody celebrates you, you did it for yourself. Your name is etched in history that you played here, you did this, you won these trophies, but you want the whole nation to celebrate.
There
you
is no
Come
dignity
on.
in labor in this country.
I agree with you.
I had to caution a guy at Zenith Bank at Sanusi Fafonwa not too long ago. Why? He came and he parked his car carelessly and left without any word to the security guys. When he came and the security guy was like, "Guy, you just park your car, leave," and all of that. The next he said, "Oh, clear and security be anything."
It's sad. It's disrespectful.
That guy is using that security job to probably feed his family. He saw options of stealing. He did not do it. And you're saying that common security you be.
Ignorance.
Be gone.
Ignorance.
That is the same thing we do to teachers.
Yeah.
That is the same thing we do to even professionals.
Essential workers.
Even professionals like doctors, lawyers, that's the same thing.
Here we
you as
celebrate
an
money.
MC, you as
Yes.
an MC, that's the same thing they will do to you as an MC.
Sure.
That common MC way they do.
common
With
MC.
that, exactly. That's the same thing we do. The only people we respect here are thieves.
All right.
People
It's
that
okay.
have money.
Politicians.
Legend, let me ask you, how do you think we can celebrate our ex-internationals more? What do you think we can do for people like you to celebrate you people more?
For me, I'm already celebrated. Though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Having me in the studio, I'm
Yeah,
celebrating.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. Yes. That is
A round of applause. Legend, I understand you, but it breaks my heart to give the example of the late Peter Rufai. I don't want to talk about what the family dealt with,
What of Rashidi Yekini?
but I mean, these are people who, at least, even for our social studies, if they still they teach that subject, or civic education, when you talk about heroes of our country,
our best national anthem, the labor of our heroes past, shall never be in vain.
Yeah.
Our best national anthem, our indigenous national anthem that wasn't handed over to us, our own national anthem that Nigerians sang, composed, says the labor of our heroes past will never be in vain. It was never supposed to be in vain.
It's hard to, when celebrating, it's, what do you give a man when he's alive? When he has problems, when he has challenges, how many people knew he had challenges? Rufai, a lot didn't know he had challenges. I knew of Henry Wo, so I knew the state governor had to come in and...
Christian Chukwu.
Yes, I know a lot of them that, well, sometimes, when you look at people who look out to help or celebrate or to sustain, are usually those in politics. Maybe the governor or, yes. So it has to do with the administrative part of it. So if you are not connected to your state governor or you are not connected to anybody in the political side, but anything do you on your own. You only go, they only open WhatsApp for your head.
Chai.
And people make
And the sad thing they say, for somebody who maybe
and not to cut you,
it's okay.
we talk about pension, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. We know about the pension scheme.
Yeah.
Do you know there's money coming from FIFA to Nigeria for ex-players? Are you aware?
For ex-players.
Yeah. Those who have played for national team. Are you aware?
I'm not aware. It's news to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Have you gotten any money from that money?
Huh? Lie.
Wait, are you saying that there is a pension? Let me use the word pension, like a grant that is being paid by FIFA to the Nigerian Football Federation for ex-players
They're not playing for the national
that are
team
not
anymore.
playing, that have represented the country.
Yes.
And none of you have been receiving that
I
money.
personally have not.
Okay,
I
you
don't know
never
of
received. You
others.
can speak for yourself.
Yes.
You have
but,
not received that money.
Yes, but I know.
And you are entitled to that money.
Yes, and I know some reasonable numbers too that have not received.
And you know that that money is coming in.
Yes.
Okay, we need to talk.
But yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about your days with the Super Eagles.
Yes.
When I saw the stats, I'm still questioning the stat. Can you tell me how many goals did you score for the Super Eagles?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Man, I was just questioning 12 games, 5 goals.
Yeah.
Okay, you just came in and you were just scoring back to back to back to back. Yeah, so it can't like say you don't do. When I saw this, I was like, Gali just scored 5 goals.
Yeah.
Okay, 12 games, 5 goals.
Yeah.
What was it like in the Super Eagles? Then before I get into other questions I want to ask, how did you break into the team and what was it like in Super Eagles initially?
Yeah, it was through the Olympics. Yeah.
Sydney
Sydney
Olympics.
2000.
Yeah, Sydney 2000.
Yeah, I remember you and Ayegbeni.
Yes.
Nuna Pe.
And Julius Agawa.
Julius Agawa.
Yeah, so it was, then it was Bonfrey. He was the coach.
Bonfrey Joe, yeah.
Yeah, so he came to me in Germany because it's just a stone throw from Poland to Germany. So he came to me, I watched my match against Dortmund, and he said, you have to come to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I said, but you have a complete team already. He said, because I played the qualifier as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, no, I saw you at the qualifier, you're good, and I want you to come to the Olympics proper. I said, okay, coach, no problem. So, yeah, we went, it wasn't a successful one because we went out second round.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, you're coming to the Super Eagle straight, and we have a match in January against Zambia, 2001. And I said, coach, you know, I'm still in Rostock and I'm looking to make a transfer. Yeah. I said, coach, please, let me play here. I know you have Kanu, you have Ikpeba, you have Jonathan, you have Agawa. Yeah, these are guys who have been there before me. Yeah. So why don't you just allow them play and I'll wait. No, I'm not in a hurry. I'll take my time. Let me make a bigger transfer first because I want to settle my club because that's where it takes care of me. Yeah. So he said, no, you're coming. I said, coach, don't take me there and put me on the bench. Yeah. I'll be losing on this side. He said, no. I'm going to think who is going to pair with you. I said, really? He said, no, it's this. I'm telling you this. He said, yeah, I'm thinking who is going to pair. Who will pair you? Who do you think? I said, see, I don't know. Exactly. You know? So that was how it all started. And I came, had a match against Zambia and met great guys in the team. Amunike was fantastic. Took me in, you know, young players. Came myself with the Daisy and, you know, they were nice. Ulisse were nice. And so it was easy for me to adapt. Yeah, I was taken in freely. And when I played and I scored in the first match against Zambia and I pulled a muzzle, I had to leave. You know, I was embraced by the team, you know. So it encouraged me and that was what helped me in the little success I have with the Super Eagles.
Does Nigerian football respect our legends enough? Straightforward answer. I don't want me to do diplomatic. I know say it gets away, but straightforward. Nigerian football, our administrators, and even we self, do we respect our legends enough?
No.
Nigerian football doesn't respect me. I respect our legends.
No. When you talk, it's talking about administrators.
Administrators, exactly.
Yes, administrators, no.
That money where you've been talking about, I just want to know my head. They calculate. Is it monthly? Is it monthly or yearly? Or is it monthly?
That really busted your head.
That money you say FIFA cents. That pension. Is it monthly or yearly?
It's yearly.
Yearly. Do you know of any player in any African country that maybe has received that payment?
I don't need to know. I don't know of Africa, but I know of Europe. Because FIFA is FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA is FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA is FIFA.
Which player in Europe you know who say this money they don't collect them?
While I was in Schalke,
yeah,
I have Samoa as a German national team player. I have Ebesand.
Ebesand?
Yeah, he's a Danish national team player.
Yeah, the one that killed us in 1998.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have Emilien Penza. He's Belgium national team.
Penza, yeah, Belgium, yes.
I have Thomas Aito. He's Poland national team player.
They were retired.
Yes.
And they were receiving these monies.
Yeah, and we were still in touch.
You were still teammates. You're still in touch till today.
Yeah,
and they are still receiving that money till today.
I don't know of today.
Okay. But you have not received one before.
Before at all.
NFF, does FIFA give you guys pension or whatever money for X
whatever name you want to call it.
Whatever name you want to call it. You get any grant when they come for FIFA that is designated for X international.
Whether small or big.
Whether small or big. I don't care. Whether that's one-off or once in a year or once in 2 years. You get anyone where they come who will never remit. Come and answer. In 2002, you scored one of the goals that qualified us for the World Cup.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you did not go to that World Cup. I will ask you 2 in 1 questions, 2002, 2004. 2004, you came back to the team. Our first game at that Nations Cup, we lost to Morocco 1-0.
Yeah.
And the story, as at the time, was that we lost a game and you, Babayaro Ayegbeni, you still went out to party or to club, that you didn't feel anything, and you were sent out of camp from the African Cup of Nations. Tell us your experience of 2002 and 2004, the full story, no filter.
Okay. I'll start with 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had issues at the Nations Cup in Mali.
Yeah.
Yes. And the issues had to do with money and all this. And I was just a young player in the background.
Yeah.
So I had to hear a lot of things going on. And those stuffs worried me.
Yeah.
You know, someone would say, I will deal with this player, I will deal with that player. And I'm like, deal with who? Deal with
From
what?
officials?
From officials, you know. That was in the Nations Cup in Mali.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the Nations Cup, the coaches were dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already got the rumor as well. And then a new coach came in. Yeah. And for the World Cup proper, they camped in the UK. That was where they were supposed to meet and then moved on. And just like what they said in Mali, Finidi was dropped.
Yeah.
Olise was dropped. So I now was thinking, if you're dropping these 2 guys, based on what ground, what happened? I knew what happened there. Yeah. Because we had issues of tickets refund not being paid.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have to ask for it.
Yeah.
That if we don't get it, we don't train. And who do we send for? Our captain.
Captains, Olise and Finidi.
Yeah. So when Olise stepped in to talk about it, if he was rude, I wasn't there to them. But when you want to ask for something, you have to be aggressive sometimes with our people. And so I don't know what happened there. So it was picked like this one will not go. So I felt like you don't victimize these 2 guys because they fought for the whole group.
Yeah.
And, I said, no, I won't be part of this. I will support these 2 guys.
Okay, you opted out.
I opted out.
Oh, of the 2002 World Cup.
Yeah. I said, no, I don't stand for this. This is injustice. Yeah, these are the guys who played all the game. I remember Finidi gave me a lot of crosses.
Yes.
And he wasn't clubless. And the least S2 is not clubless.
Yeah.
They've been playing. So, the least you could do is take them along.
Yeah.
And you just strip them off. And then a lot of things happen also with other things. It's just like, I see like people just want to go to the World Cup and I just want to go to the World Cup. No, I don't see it that way. I want to go to the World Cup and fly the flag high, not low.
Yeah.
Yes. So when you begin to bring in players from all Lucas corners because they know how to find their way in, and I feel, and if you check record now, it's still the worst World Cup.
Yeah, one of our worst appearances. 2002, yes.
Yeah. So it's not something I was happy about, but I have to do it because it's the right thing to do. You don't see things going wrong and you just feel, oh, it's not affecting me, so I'm cool with it. No, I'm not that type. So I said, no, I'm not going if these guys are not going.
Wow.
Yeah, even when I was called up, like, when are you coming to the camp? I said, see, I just finished my FA Cup final now and I'm celebrating, so I'm off to Italy for holiday. I'm not coming.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was for
2002. Let's go to 2004.
So 2004, the late, what is his name? Secretary General, no. Ogunjobi.
Taiwo
Ogunjobi, yeah. May so rest in peace. He came to me. He came to my house in first. I said, my boy, you just opt out of national team like that. I said, Garnacho, so I don't like the politics when they play inside that place. Yes. And the one that they treat these big players, now so now treat me to one day as a big player. Say, no, we want to go and win that Nations Cup. I need someone like you. I guarantee you everything will be fine and you'll be cool. I said, okay, no problem. since now you ask me, I'm in. No props. So I came and took my time. The first match, I was on the bench. I came in second half and I couldn't do much. So we lost that game. So after the game, normally I'm a professional player.
Yeah.
My coach in my club side don't sit me down 2 or 3 days after the game and want to see what I'm doing. And no, after the game, as a professional player, you go home and try to relax and forget about the game
And look
because
up to the
it's
next one.
gone
It's
and
gone.
look up to the next one.
Mm.
So I was just in the bar in the same hotel
Mm.
with my guys sharing wine.
In the same hotel.
Yeah. Oh, you guys did not go to a club?
No.
Because the
In
narrative was
no,
that you went to a club.
No, in the same hotel with my guys sharing wine. We're just chilling. Yeah. And I don't know. Someone was checking the room. I don't know. And they came to the conclusion that we went to club. And I said, what? Which club?
Sorry, legend. Wait.
Yeah.
Your guys were Celestine Babayaro, Yakuba Egbeni. You guys did not leave the hotel.
No.
You were in the same hotel.
In the same hotel.
You were just drinking downstairs at the bar.
Yes. And they had this
I'm not just drinking wine.
wine.
No, even if not PSF.
Yeah.
No, even if not whiskey. They were in the hotel.
Yeah.
And like he said, the game is gone.
The game is gone.
Yes.
So you need to clear your head.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can clear your head in the four walls of the room. You're not in prison.
Yes.
Yes. So you're free to sit around. You can go to the poolside and sit down. Stay disciplined. Yeah, something we can all regenerate in different ways.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have my own style of regenerating.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to hear music. I want to see people, people doing things, and it takes my mind off the game.
Yes.
Yeah, it keeps me fresh to have a good sleep and then ready for the next training.
Yes.
And I was surprised we were called upon to come to the coach's room, and yes, I said, what? And he said, you have to leave the camp. We are at the camp for this. I said, no problem. I don't have anything to prove to you guys. But later I was called, said, I know you're okay, you forgiving, you should come back. I said, guys, please, you mocking me. Forgiving for what? I already changed my ticket. I can change it back. So I left. So it's a sad thing, and that shows the level of, immaturity we have, and how can you want to win a major tournament like that, and you have 2 of your key strikers kicked out?
And a very fantastic defender.
Yes.
In Celestine Babayaro, fullback.
Kicked out. It has always been. After then, you could hear a lot of stories. Yeah, Ahmad did this and he was kicked out of the team. So crisis management has always been our issue. So
I know one man's food. I'll ask you this question. Sorry, as a piggyback on that. I know one man's food is another man's poison. For those of you that don't know, that was the tournament that actually launched Osaze of Dewenge.
Yeah.
Because it was when he was out and Ayegbeni was out.
Yeah.
Odewenge played the next game and scored 2 goals. For those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
Now, this one is a piggyback on the 2 questions.
Yeah.
Did you, because you said you opted out.
Yeah.
And then even when the 2004 incident, when they called you back, you said no, you were going. Did you feel betrayed by the rest of the teammates that did not stand up in 2002 to say, no, you can't do this to some of our teammates? Did you feel betrayed by them? And in 2004, did you also feel that the rest of the team did not stamp their foot down and say, no, you can't do this to these players?
That word betrayed is strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or did you feel let down?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel let down that some people didn't stand up.
Yeah.
People who have been on the team longer than my very self.
Yeah.
Yes. And even if you knew that was the captain of the team that was being taken out.
Yeah.
Yes. And some people didn't speak up. For some, it was okay. And when we talk about the senior players, we know the senior players in the team then.
Yeah.
That could stand up and say, no, why is this man out? If Taribo said, I am not going.
Yeah.
If JJ said, I am not going.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are players that will say, they will ask, no verse, why you no one go beg? And now because of this thing, don't worry, we'll solve it.
Yeah.
You understand? But for me, they look, okay, it's just someone who can push out. No, fine, no problem. Let someone replace.
And all of you were all in agreement
Yes.
that the captain should speak for the team.
Yeah.
That is how it is. When we say we are not training because our ticket refund has not been paid.
Money issues, 2020.
2002. Because the ticket refunds have not been paid.
Yeah.
We are not training. We're not going in group to say it.
Yeah.
The captain takes the message to them.
To them.
Yes. So whatever argument they had in the room, we're not there.
Yeah.
But we sent the messenger there.
And you should stand
We should
behind it.
stand behind the messenger.
24 years ago.
Taribo and JJ should have spoken.
And this was after Yakubu Ayegbeni don't jack person for airport.
I swear.
Say, give me my money.
2000.
When that one counts the money from pocket,
I was at that airport.
Uh-huh.
I was looking at the scenario. It was a
funny.
shame. It was a shame. That was after I just looked at it. I just sat back and I said, boy, is this what you're going to confront? But, it's the society you came out from, and so you don't get to, we will say we are used to it.
This is an eye-opener.
Yes.
What was all over the papers was that you guys went clubbing after the Morocco loss.
Ah,
That was what was all over the news. That you went clubbing after
you
the
give a
Morocco
dog
loss.
bad name to kill it.
But so in the process of did they give you people fair hearing? Like for example, we were checking the rooms. We did not see you. Where did you people go to?
Yeah.
Yes, we were with the coaches.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you explained your side of the story.
Yeah. What I was told was, minister said you people can go as a minister.
Minister when be political
I said, who be
appointee.
minister. So now minister decide for this national team.
Mm.
So
Was minister in the camp?
he was there. He was in the hotel with us.
So
So I think he saw us drinking.
okay.
And that's my belief.
Okay.
Because
And he was angry.
I don't know the minister.
The minister knows
I
Sabibo
don't
now
know.
because the minister Sabibo.
was
Victor
drinking
Agali, Yakubu
prohibited?
Ayegbeni, Celeste Babayaro. You say three of them come up for
Just
your
like
team.
he said, there are people, I mean, clear their head different ways,
Yeah.
right? I could just get into my car and I'm just driving. If I just want to be alone, I could just go to the beach and carry my drinks, just go sit by the waterside and I'm drinking, just to clear my head. I could just do, anything to clear my head.
It's not even. It shouldn't even be the minister's call.
It
He's
should be
not
his
the
call.
one working with the players. You can't come out 3 key players for team and you won't win
I was
competition.
struggled in that competition.
Yes, now, from the beginning, we were struggling.
We won the next 2 games and we went to the quarterfinals, won, and then lost in the semifinals. To I think Tunisia also. Now lost in the semifinals too. And you sacrifice the same way sacrificed 2002 World Cup.
Yeah.
I beg to your phone.
That Super Eagle squad of that era,
Yeah.
yourself, Julius Agawa, Yakubu Ayegbeni, Babayaro, Kano,
Kocha.
JJ, was probably arguably the best.
The second best after 94.
Okay, second best.
Yeah.
But what happened? Why did you guys fail to win the AFCON?
I won't say we failed to win the AFCON. I would say Nigeria failed.
Okay.
Because after the 96 Olympics,
Yeah,
a lot of people got interested in the Super Eagles.
yeah.
Some players were called up and we used to tease ourselves in the bus. We say, see, if you know that team where they do it and they take call you come here, they do and well, because some people not be bored and they do. Yeah, so sometimes we have some people in the team that we look at ourselves, we say, some people say, which person candidate be this?
As far back as that time.
Yes.
How you take come in?
we
Yes.
used to say it. Yeah, we
Yes.
say, which person candidate be this one again? So those things cost us. You just might think it's just a point. A point can stop you from going to the World Cup.
Exactly.
You might just field in a player that is not of that standard
Yeah.
and it doesn't deliver.
So legend,
Michael
are you
Uchebu.
saying legend? Are you saying that legend?
I'm not saying. I'm not calling.
No,
Legend, don't call me.
flavor
we don't call names.
of Super Eagles.
No,
You're not calling. I mean, they call now. I mean, at the coast. You're not calling. How Flavor take go World Cup for 2014? Yeah, 2014.
Which
You
flavor?
understand?
Flavor one.
Flavor, Uchebo.
Yeah.
I ain't take go World Cup. Shola Amobi career don't finish. He went to World Cup 2014.
Yes, now.
So
So
legend, are you,
that's the way they do.
legend, you are confirming here that
Yes.
even you people as players, sometimes you look at your teammates and you say,
VC list.
you not get anywhere when this guy, if not merit, you not get anywhere when this guy fee enter this team.
Yes.
we know ourselves now.
Hey,
We know
Aye!
ourselves.
It's true.
Yes. Then, say you get us, I will see you for my side. I go say, "Hey, sure, we don't win this match."
Exactly.
But you get what I go see for myself, say, boy, work deal.
Exactly.
Kai!
So
Exactly.
it's yeah.
So then they bring some people from backyard, enter.
It's not, if you want to make a change, you have to be direct and you have to make sacrifices. Even when I was scout of the Super Eagles.
Yeah. You had an
Yes.
appointment, yes.
Yes, I was one time scout.
Scout for the Super Eagles, yes.
Yes. People have their players that they want to come into the Super Eagles.
Did you scout any players for the Super Eagles?
Yes, I did.
Can you mention some names that played for the Super Eagles?
Maduka Okoye.
Oh.
Yes.
You
Hey.
scouted him.
Yes.
Ah.
I was with his father in Dusseldorf.
Wow.
I watched him. I was in the stadium watching him keep for the second team
In Germany.
in Germany.
Mm.
Yes, because the coach at that time, the coach of Fortuna Dusseldorf was my coach in Rostock.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to see the game. The coach was there as well because normally coaches of first team go to see games in the second team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I speak German very well, so I
Yeah.
understand. I said, boy, he's a Nigerian. I said, yeah, he's young. So after the game, I spoke with the father. The boy came to me and goalkeeper, and we were having goalkeeper
Issues at the time.
as at that time. So I spoke with the boy, and the boy said, the father said I should speak to him, that whatever the boy says is, European. And then I spoke to the boy. The boy said, yes, he will love to, but not Super Eagles. The boy didn't say Super Eagles.
Yeah.
He was young. So under 17, under 20 is ready.
Yeah.
Yes. So I said, okay. So I spoke to Gernot about it.
Yeah.
So there's a young goalkeeper. He said, where is the keeper? I said, Fortuna Dusseldorf, second team.
Yeah.
Gernot said, okay. Gernot now reached out to the coach. They spoke with the boy. Listen, I cannot bring you in if you are not keeping top flight football.
Mm.
So the boy, I don't know if he was transferred or he was loaned to a first league club in Holland
Mm.
to start keeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of them.
I think you deserve a round of applause. At least you show working.
Yes, now.
Because I've been wondering the name when you go come. I look whether
but then, I mean,
Look how cool he
the
is.
interference he was talking about in the job is
Yeah.
maybe did not let him scout more.
No, there were just too many interference.
Exactly.
And we had some players that will say, okay, we have to bring in. Let them come in. We'll see how the game is going. If we are 3-0 up,
Yeah.
but after 60 minutes, they can feel 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can see, because it's not every player that plays well in the club side that can play for the Super Eagles. It's a different ball game.
Exactly.
Yeah, some are too jittery. So you need to give them, to build that confidence by hoping we are leading 3-0.
Yeah.
If we are leading 3-0, these are the guys that will come
See
in
the
and
game out.
feel the game.
Yeah.
And then we see and build their confidence, kind of introducing them to Nigerians.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and then the coach will say, we cannot invite. I said, why? Yeah, they said I have to do my 11 and they know I can only do 3 changes. So I should make those I will change and I should leave the rest. I said, okay. I said, welcome to Nigeria.
Kai.
It is well. Well, I would like you to, share with us what led to this incident that happened in 2009, December.
Yeah.
You were arrested in the Schiphol airport in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
For carrying fake passports. What exactly really happened?
Yeah. That was movie.
The actor.
Yes, that was movie. Yeah, actually, I came for holiday.
Okay.
And I had to go back to my club. And so I had a passport carrying the visa and it will expire. And then I had to pick up a fresh one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Nigerian passports.
Nigerian
now.
passport, yeah.
Yeah, so I picked up a fresh one. You understand? So on getting to the Schiphol airport, I dropped the 2 passports.
On the table.
On the table to the police. And then he checked it and he said I should come with him. I said, any problem? He said I should just come with him. I said, okay. He said, he wants my card.
Your ID.
I said, my ID card. I said, okay. I brought out my German license. I I had a driver's license, German.
Yeah.
Then my wife and daughter are living in France.
Yeah.
So I have a credit card
Yeah.
for bank in France.
Yeah.
I still keep my bank account in Germany.
Yeah.
And then I play in Greece.
Yeah.
I still have a credit card
In
in Greece.
so they were seeing different
Yes.
credit
So
cards.
and then I never knew the guy saw an issue in the passport, the Nigerian passport.
Okay.
So the guy just put everything together and just said, "My friend, you are under arrest. And anything you say," and I said, "I only hear these things in movie." Oh."
Exactly.
He said, "No, this is not movie. You are under arrest."
Hey.
For what? Why? What? They did not check out.
Now it was, I didn't check.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a mistake on the passports, conflicting mistakes in the other passports.
The two Nigerian passports.
No, the one with the visa
Yeah.
is good. But the one I just procured, there was a mistake
How did you
Okay, what
procure
was the
that
mistake?
that
Yes.
passport?
in Nigeria here.
Uh-uh.
So what happened now was they took me in and I said, okay, they said I can make a call. So the first thing I did, I called my club. So the club sent their delegate and I also called Nigerian embassy.
Yeah.
Yes. They also sent their delegate as well.
Yeah.
So, but that time was, that was December. That was when a Nigerian flew from that same airport that tried to blow up a
Abdul
plane.
Muttalab.
Yes.
Mm.
So it was feeling like, this Nigeria thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they weren't I wasn't allowed to be reached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, from the club, I think something got out on the press.
Yeah.
And it was in the press that I was arrested. I'm in this. That was when they realized, oh,
They're actually holding a senior player here.
there's a mistake somewhere here.
Yeah.
So I was now moved from, because I was caught in the normal place, I was now moved to a more secured place where I'm all alone in a room and all this. And it got to the day that it said, I must go to the court, which is normal thing. So
Yeah.
I was at the court there. My club representative came, the Nigerian embassy came, also a lady, and they said, no, it's supposed to be a closed door. I said, no, why should it be a closed door? You have a Nigerian here, he's working in Greece,
Yeah.
he has a contract. The employers want to know, those who employed him want to know
Why you're holding it?
why you're holding him.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, the Nigerian embassy is a Nigerian and he's our ambassador. So we want to know why you're also holding him.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it was funny.
Mm.
Yeah, you couldn't believe it. They had to attack the prosecutor. You said the passport is fake. Are you the issuer?
The issuing office, yeah.
Office of that passport. How can you say the passport is fake?
Fake.
Did you contact them? You said we sent a mail. They didn't reply. So if they didn't reply and you're still holding the man,
For this Nigeria, they need a reply.
yes.
Chai.
Yes. So it was just the whole thing. And then at the end, they asked me, do I want to sue? I said, please just give me my stuff and let me leave.
How did you handle that whole situation? You know, thinking about your family, thinking about your club, just thinking about the stress.
My brothers, it's tough.
Chai.
But that's about being a man, you know. So, and you know, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking I was to go back because the club was struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because of that incident, the club went down to relegation.
How long did they hold you?
I know I did my birthday in there.
Kai.
Your
Yes.
birthday is in January.
No, in December.
December.
Yeah. I think I was held on the 24th and I came out January.
Wow.
Yeah. So I spent more than a week there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that period, now they play like 2-3 games.
Yes.
Chai. So
And
sorry
even
about
when
that.
when I came out as well, it was really because, you know, staying out, no training.
Yeah.
You can't just be thrown into a game like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even my coach was afraid that are you
Maybe we've
they
lost
have-
much
Psychologically.
they have to send me to a psycho class.
I'm telling you.
I'm
See a
telling you,
therapist.
yes. They sent me there. They sent a therapist too. Yeah, I have to always, to know if frame of mind, if I'm
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
okay.
Chai.
Yeah. So
DJ, okay. So let me go back to the very beginning. From Okpanam, inside Okpanam.
What is
Yes.
your problem with Okpanam?
Yes, no, now to
Yes,
let Shebi we dey talk about young people. Now for young people to know, say, irrespective of where you
Where
did now,
you are, yes.
you
they'll
will still
find
go
you.
further and become a star.
From Romo
Now,
Kushi to the world.
if
Yes, from Romo Kushi to the world.
Abi now.
Yes, now.
Romo Cruz,
Chibike win now.
yes,
From
yeah,
Romo
okay.
Kushi to the
I think
world.
say that yourself you dey talk about
Am I not in the world?
No, but-
I'm from Romo Kushi too. I'm in the global stage.
professionally as a football
I'm a
player.
professional podcaster.
No, leave
commentator, and
podcast
everything.
now. We are talking of football now. You wanted to play
Chibike
football.
win from
Yes,
Romo
Chibike
Kushi to
Nwiwu,
the
yes.
world.
Let's go. Now, if you could go back to the very beginning and change one career decision, maybe one transfer, one moment, something that you look back now and say, if to say I agree, or if to say I say no, and like this if or be, what would it be?
man, bro, there's nothing, no.
Nothing you would change.
There's nothing. Every situation made me stronger.
Hmm.
Yeah. Every situation. I always conquered and move ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So it's just a journey, and there's one thing I had fun all through my career. Yeah, I had great fun. Lived in the nice places, always close to the water. Had my fun, and when I play a game, if it goes well, I'm happy. It doesn't go well, I'm
You don't regret
disappointed.
anything.
I'm disappointed, but
Just move on.
I just move on quickly.
Which is the most memorable for you? Hansa Rostock. You played for Schalke 04.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played
Schalke 04,
yeah.
Marseille. All the sides you played, even your
Yeah.
time in Greece.
Yeah.
Which is the most memorable for you?
The most memorable is Rostock.
Rostock.
Yeah, Rostock, because I was starting then,
Yeah.
and I wasn't seen as the favorite.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just like I just stay here, take a 5-year contract. Yeah, I said okay, I'll stay here. I'll take a 5-year contract, and then the coach, I was never his first choice. And then the team, we were struggling. We were about to go on relegation, and then the coach was fired. And the second team coach just came to me and said, "Hey, boy, you're going to play for the second team." I said, "Second team? I have a professional contract." I said, "No, but you're going to play for the second team." Immediately, I called my agent. I said, "I think I have to leave here." He said, "Why?" He said, "Yeah." They said, "I have to go play for the second team." He said, "Okay, relax. I'll call the director of sports." So he spoke to the director of sports. The director called the coach. Coach, he said, "You should go to the second team." The coach said, "He's not been playing for a long time. And he's my key player
Try.
to survive this team. And I want him to have much practice.
Fitness, yeah.
90 minutes with the second team. But I don't want him to know this."
If Okuku explain and give you now,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So my agent now called me back. I said, "Don't worry, just go and play." So I went and played. And after then, became the first choice.
try.
Yeah.
Great
And,
story.
Yeah. And was scoring, and the coach was always behind me. Even the next season, clubs came and I wanted to leave. I was supposed to move to Kaiserslautern, and the coach said, No. You're not going anywhere. You stay with me. And I said, Coach, do you see the money they are offering? He said, "Don't worry, we'll give you something." And they did.
And they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, Rostock was that ladder, that very important ladder.
For you.
Yeah. And it was through Rostock I played for the
Schalke.
Olympics.
Olympics, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I sure say some young people they look say Rostock, Hansa Rostock.
Yes.
You get clubs them when our Nigerian legends play for clubs. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
Jonathan played there.
Yes,
Jonathan and
different
Kobori.
Yes.
They play for BB clubs. Oh, BB clubs. Oh, this Ajax where you they see Inter Milan. We play BB club before they
Juventus, Monaco.
before they call person Prince of Monaco, the full Monaco. Our guys they play ball. Oh.
Yes,
we
yes.
call them.
No disrespect our legends them. Oh. When we go to this break and come back, we'll continue the conversation. Boom! Welcome to the Prediction Guru segment, where to be crowned a guru, all you need to do is to predict correctly the outcome of 3 games. You hear me? Outcome of 3 games. Before, now 5 games that they give, and they talk, say, make you predict the correct score line. Until Bet Naija tell me, say, husband material. I have plenty of woof to give my people. Stop stressing them. I say, Bet Naija, what do I do? Bet Naija say, reduce it from 5 to 3 and let it be correct outcome. So what does this mean? I'm going to give you 3 games. You will tell me which team would win, which team would lose, and which game would end in a draw. It is as simple as that. Now take the games. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. AC Milan versus Juventus. Mainz versus Bayern Munich. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. AC Milan versus Juventus. Mainz versus Bayern Munich. Tell me which team would win, which team would lose, which game would end in a draw, so that you can be crowned a guru and win fantastic prizes courtesy of Bet Naija. Now Bet Naija, they run am. What are you waiting for? Go and predict the correct outcome now. Welcome back to the Home Talk Podcast, brought to you by Bet Naija, the home of Bet Boom. There are some interesting games this weekend. Look out for these games. There is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, Arsenal versus Newcastle United. Make I even ask quick predictions. Arsenal, Newcastle United.
I don't know what to predict.
So Newcastle to win.
I don't know what to predict.
Okay, Sawa does
But
not
one
know.
thing I know is that our title hope is hinged on that game.
Yeah.
You are at home now, you should win.
I don't care where we are, but our title hopes is hinged on that game.
Legend, Arsenal, Newcastle United.
Arsenal will win.
Toyo baby, Arsenal,
They know
Newcastle
what's at
United.
stake. They will win.
They did not know what is at stake against Bournemouth. They did not know what was at stake against Man City. No problem. Let's proceed. There is also Atletico Madrid against Athletic Bilbao. There is Napoli Cremonese, AC Milan Juventus, Leipzig Union Berlin.
What was this accent?
And finally, there is Cologne Bayer Leverkusen.
Get explosive odds at random. Introducing Bet Boom. Get massive odds on any sports bet, however you play. Singles, multiples, in play. Zoom. It's time to boom your bet. Available now, only on Bet Naija.
Welcome to Bet Boom! This is where we share the most impressive Bet Boom slips. Tickets that are boomed on Bet Boom, courtesy of Bet Naija, stand the chance to win up to 1 billion naira. Not be cho as I dey talk. Evidence day. You go carry small money play on Bet Boom. Bet Naija go look, so you have been a good boy, you have been a good girl, and Bet Naija go boom your ticket. And wait till you go see, go shock you. Let me give you examples. Now, this punter put a stake of 200 naira on 23.71 odds to win how much? 4,742 naira 76 kobo. Yes, because Bet Naija go even pay you reach your kobo. Bet Naija boom that ticket to 237,137 naira 97 kobo. Somebody say boom. This person placed a stake of 300 naira on 1241.28 odds to win how much? 409,621 naira 21 kobo. Bet Naija say hold. I want to do miracle now. Bet Naija boom that ticket to 819,242 naira 41 kobo. Now only Bet Naija they run up. So shout boom. This person placed a stake of 6,000 naira on 3.28 odds. How much you want win with the 6,000 naira? 19,687 naira 36 kobo. Bet Naija say wait, so let me shock him. Boom the ticket to 1,968,735 naira 60 kobo. Somebody shout boom! Finally, this punter carry 4K 4K. Stake on top of 233.88 odds. How much you want with the 4K? 1,496,826 naira 23 kobo. Bet Naija say, let me shock you. Shebi is 1 million, you see. I want to boom that ticket. Bet Naija boom that ticket to 3,129,605 naira 19 kobo. Somebody shout boom, 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 boom. Now only Bet Naija they run am on top of bet boom.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Shop Banker segment where we put our money where our mouth is. Now only Bet Naija they run am because if you go there and it gets the feature where they call bet freeze. If you don't accumulate finish, you feel freeze that particular game so that anything will happen. Like for example, now if you talk say Newcastle to beat Arsenal, you understand? No matter what the outcome be, once you don't use bet freeze for that particular game, if Arsenal beat Newcastle, unfortunately for Arsenal, 1-0, you go still win. And so bet freeze they work. So let's go straight into these games. Let's look at Liverpool Palace. How do we stake? Liverpool Palace over 1.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Arsenal Newcastle.
Arsenal we need a half.
Arsenal we need a half. Can Arsenal do it?
They can.
All right. Atletico Madrid versus Bilbao.
Over 1.
Muller, give us that goal over 1. Napoli Cremonese.
Napoli straight win.
Napoli at home. Napoli need to win many games now. Torino versus Inter Milan. Inter away.
Milan.
Inter win. Mainz versus Bayern Munich.
Over 2.
Over 2.5. And Angers versus PSG.
Over 1.
We don't pay stamp for screen. Go on top of Bet Naija, go run up. You understand? Make you win. Thank you so much, legendary Victor Agali, for your time.
Yeah.
We are grateful.
was
We
fun.
appreciate your support.
Thank
we
you.
also appreciate all that you have done in service to our great country, Nigeria.
you.
Toyo baby,
My honor.
thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Sawadinho, thank you. Hopefully,
It will be a
Arsenal will
double.
do the double.
They'll do the double.
and not be in trouble.
I will get Asaka Teta today.
All right, no wahala. So, one more question, and you can leave the studio. If I leave with annoyance, because I won't make you vex if I ask this particular question now. Now, leave the studio if you think that there's a better African player than JJ in his prime. I'm going to reel out a list of African players. I want you to compare those players to JJ in his prime. Once you hear the name of the player, I won't make you come out inside studio. Let's begin with Nwankwo Kanu, Abedi Pele, Riyad Mahrez, Michael Essien, Sadio Mane, Didier Drogba, El Hadji Diouf, Mo Salah, Yaya Toure,
Like, call them again.
Yaya Toure,
You need to respect Oko.
Samuel Eto'o, Samuel Eto'o,
I think so.
Samuel Eto'o, Samuel Eto'o in everybody's prime or in their prime. Samuel Eto'o, Samuel Eto'o. So legend,
Yeah.
nobody do pass JJ for you for JJ prime. I be make a call on another person.
JJ na magician.
Una need to respect Okocha.
Samuel Eto'o.
Una need to respect Okocha.
Samuel Eto'o.
No, there is no African footballer that is better than Austin Okocha. Africa has not produced a footballer. You know the problem is that a lot of people accuse him that he was playing to the gallery, he was an entertainer.
Yes.
But you see that football skill,
No.
football. I've not seen any African footballer with Rich Okocha.
No be only skill.
Player
Player will make the difference for your team. Samuel Eto'o.
Oga,
Yaya Toure.
forget it.
Yaya
Thank
Toure.
God say nobody miss it.
Samuel Eto'o.
Thank God say see person play with him. They say a magician. Okocha, I better send me your account balance.
Okay, balance. Right?
Thank you so much. Remember, subscribe on YouTube at Bet Naija. At Bet Naija. Home Top Podcast. Una bye bye.
Thank you.